Hello Twin Flames, welcome to my channel, whether you're new or coming back. I'm excited to have you here, guys. Really excited about the messages that we're gonna get today. Have a great feeling about what's happening with the Twin Flame Collective at the moment. This will be a classic Twin Flame read, so I'll take a look at what's happening with Divine Feminine Collective, Divine Masculine, and the connection in general. Today we're actually gonna split it. It will be like a two-part question. We will see what is currently the challenge for the connection, and we'll get advice what to do about it. I know that we're all facing a little bit different aspects of it, but generally we have some collective vibes and waves of certain energies. So we're gonna take a look, see what comes out. Even if it's not your story, you may want to listen up and just have that extra info for when it comes up for you, or your twin flame if you're in touch and you discuss things like that. Okay, I'm gonna start with an oracle deck today. I'm going to The Spirit Junkie by Gabby Bernstein. Let's see what kind of, so yeah, today is gonna be more of an affirmation story. So what is the useful information today? First for Divine Feminines. And if you're in States, happy 4th of July, by the way. Yeah, for me, it's almost another day at the office, so nothing major that I'm planning to do. I'm still doing these readings for you guys. So yeah, and by the way, if you're interested in a personal reading or a coaching session, do not hesitate to reach out to an email address. Usually for my coaching clients, I set up a free session, like 20-minute call maybe at the beginning, where we discuss your situation, what you're trying to achieve, and I will let you know how I feel I can help you with your goals. So, Divine Feminines, look at these cards. We have white with pink and pink with white. How beautiful is that? Beautiful yin yang. I want to say dialect, but I meant duality. But like a really feminine aspect of it was the pink, right? My friendships support me, nourish me, and inspire me. Yeah, this is a great affirmation for you to be grateful for people who are around, who do help you out. Even if they are, I'm getting this is not just about immediate friends who you actually talk to. This could be also famous people who you follow, like mentors, I don't know, opinion makers, you know, somebody who, whether it's something informative or funny or just challenges your mind, you know, whatever it is, what kind of inspiration you get out of them, it's still meaningful and is counted into those connections that you should be grateful for. If by any chance you recognize that some of the people do not comply with this kind of criteria, then it's like a red flag for you to think about how you can turn it around or maybe leave this relationship behind. The other one is as follows: I claim my desires. I hold great visions. I'm ready to receive. Beautiful. Hold your vision and be ready to receive. Remind yourself what that vision is. You can create a vision board if you want. You can make up your own affirmations that will be in alignment with that vision. But keep memory of it. Keep it alive. It's like a flame that, you know, you should keep alive for this manifestation to happen. Because big dreams may take some time to come true, right? So it's important. What do we have for Divine Masculines today? Also have, well, we have 3 cards. Okay, we'll take them. I accept the gifts I've been given is a high service to the world. Yeah, this is reminding Divine Masculines not to ignore any of the gifts, even if they seem, the surface, they may seem unhelpful or time-consuming, but whatever gifts we have, we should be grateful for those. And even if we don't immediately see the application, we should still, again, keep them as part of our vision. Remember that they make up who we are as people. And that's why, you know, how to put it, especially for twin flames, this is part of the whole setup of why we were put exactly in this reality with this kind of mission is because we have, one of the reasons is because we have these kind of gifts, this kind of experience, not just from this lifetime, but from previous lifetimes. And that's important for achieving that mission that we have here. So in essence, all of your skills, gifts, interests, they're an important part of your mission while you're here. So a lot of it shouldn't be like, well, now I have to like create this new fancy thing that how I can apply it or how I can teach others. Not necessarily. Start with doing it. Don't think too hard about it. And that's very important for divine masculines to remember. To enjoy, to just be there. All that I need is coming to me in ways I could never have imagined. Yeah. Another point, trust that the divine has got you, and they have, their plan for you is the best plan. So just trust that you don't necessarily know all the information, and be ready to receive. Guidance is available to me now. I know that angels, ancestors, and spirit guides are always at hand. I do not walk alone. This kind of speaks by itself. So let's get into tarot now, shall we? Let's see what's going on with divine feminines today. By the way, if you like what I'm doing, don't forget to click the like button, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below the video, or even share it on your channel or other social networks that you have. Page of Swords. Okay, for masculines, I'll pull some clarifiers. Queen of Wands. Divine Feminine card. Matches very nicely with my tree here, with my backdrop. Hope you guys like it. Let me know if you like it. I thought it's so interesting. It's very different from the backdrops that I've used before. So what's the challenge for the twin flame connection today? Equal give and take, partnership, Six of Pentacles, giving and receiving freely. That's what I'm hearing. Never mind. Freely giving and receiving, yeah. And we see actually that energy is part of the messages for feminines and for masculines, right? Like we're affirming that we are open to receiving, and also that our gifts are there to help the world, to serve the world. Okay, what's the solution for this one? What's the solution for the challenge? A lot of times in past, twin flames being, part of that group have trouble with receiving. So people like that feel like they are, because they're so empathetic and they can, feel what other people are feeling, they become attached and they feel like they're supposed to be helping. Wow, Three of Swords in reverse. Personal healing, yeah. It's not really the way. Okay, we're gonna get to that. We have Tower at the bottom of the deck. Ooh, things are getting spicy. I'm getting this is almost like they're reading for this week. It's gonna be in place for this entire week. Please clarify Page of Swords. This clarified by Page of Swords. Clarify Queen of Wands. That's funny, yeah. The Fool. This clarifies Six of Pentacles. Okay. King of Pentacles. This clarifies Three of Swords in reverse. Right. Two of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So you could be facing some difficult choices this week. Yeah, you might feel like someone's pulling you to make a certain decision, or you feel kind of limited or forced to take a certain decision about the matter. So yeah, be careful with that, because ultimately that situation is the Tower experience, which is supposed to, if there's death underneath, supposed to show you something big, something really big. And it's up to you whether it's gonna be a small lesson or a big lesson, like how you're gonna spin it, how deep you're gonna go with it, how authentic you are going to be in this situation. So I would just, my immediate response is pray on it, meditate, sleep on it at least, so that you're not in a rush and your response is not your immediate automatic response, that you're, seeing it, feeling it from different angles. For the feminine, we have Page of Swords clarified by Page of Swords. They are different, as you can see, the cards, the images, and certainly, some of the ideas. So to me, this Page of Swords is the warrior, and somebody who's really brave, because you see that how disproportional the sword is. It's huge. But this person, to me, it looks like a feminine figure, to be honest. They both are, actually. So again, very matching that we have that with the feminine energy. To me, this is like a fragile person, young person, who's trying to maybe even take on more than they can handle. Or it may seem like that from the first sight, but actually they're a lot more like, look, this person doesn't look like she's got muscles or, even enough armor to go into that fight with that big sword. But it's the first impression. And divine feminines are asked here to, and this is about learning and curiosity. And this deck, this card for me is about learning and, being curious about something, like a lot of questions, a lot of light bulbs to light up. Be curious about what's hidden. Don't get hung up on anything that seems a limitation on the surface. Know that immediately, this is a reminder also that our weaknesses are our strengths as light workers, as healers, as teachers, right? So don't think like, I cannot afford doing this, or I cannot help this person because I'm not very good at X or Z. Go deeper, think deeper. How can you, almost find the workaround or another way of doing it. Maybe you are limited in that immediate way of helping or making a difference, but there are other ways in the same situation you can use. And this will help you learn for yourself, find out more about yourself, and it will help other people who may need you. Interested. For the masculine, we have Queen of Wands clarified by the Fool. So there is a lot of inspiration coming from divine feminine at this time for DMs. And again, it may be in ways that divine feminines you don't even imagine that was inspirational. You may have told DMs about some struggles that you've had. Maybe they see you not in your best form on social media, whatever, right? It can be and they still could have been inspired by that, right? That's part of this big love and unconditional love that we have for each other, right? And being this perfect match for each other, like a complement, right? So your person will definitely admire and be inspired by every aspect of you, how beautiful you are, just from your energy, your being, your contacting each other, and ending with what you do with your life, how you overcome difficulties, how you're not afraid to look silly or funny, and how you look beyond the surface of people and things, how you see through them and you appreciate this inner center, the authenticity. You're Queen of Wands is a wise leader, right? This wisdom, this knowledge, this divine power that's running through you is inspiring them big time to have faith that things are gonna change. And to me, this girl, she's kind of supposed to jump with her, not even looking that way. But to me, in this deck, in this card, I see that this Fool is not yet taken that leap. It's just getting ready for it and still looking for some sort of support, some sort of weapon, a crystal of protection, something. So it's almost like they're not ready to jump into the water yet, figuratively speaking. But they're having a vision of how it could work out and what kind of benefits it would bring to them. And that's a great start. What's the challenge of the connection? Yeah, we're seeing Six of Pentacles clarified by King of Pentacles. So I started speaking about the challenge to have giving and receiving in balance. So there are several topics here to unfold. One I already mentioned is the challenge to receive for empaths that twin flames are, right? For light workers like us, oftentimes we feel this natural nudge and push to help, give, but we don't necessarily feel comfortable taking. It's partly because our own, trauma that needs to be healed. And that's like a big topic. I don't want to get into it too much, but you can look it up of, you can say why people don't like taking compliments, or, why some people feel bad about, rewards or something, right? You can dig it a little deeper for yourself, and maybe with a twist that you feel you have in your life, right? Where do you diminish your own achievements? Do you feel comfortable taking compliments or not, right? Or, receiving payment for what you do. All of those things are part of this. Another one, so here we have the King of Pentacles, right? The King of Pentacles is the king because they know their worth, and they are not afraid to ask for compensation, and they are feeling good about receiving it. It doesn't mean that they just trick people, right? They definitely do their job, but then they're receiving worthy compensation for it. And that's how they become successful. That's how they become master. It's part of the mastery. So you can't just pretend like giving is everything and receiving, that's not a very important skill, and just focus on that. Because what will happen, and that's the second layer of it, is there will be a disbalance between giving and receiving. And that will create additional karma that will be building up, right? And unfortunately, if you're dealing with someone else in this situation of giving and receiving, it may build up bad karma for that person as well. If you give, but you don't receive anything from, or that person just takes and they don't pay anything back, right? It could be tempting even for that other person if you're saying, oh, this is on me, yeah, the drink's on me tonight, or I'm doing this reading for you for free just because, right? It could be tempting for you to do that, and for them to be like, oh wow, to get that recognition from them, like, wow, this is so cool, thank you so much. But if that person didn't contribute and didn't compensate, right, the balance of the energies is broken. It's one of the natural laws of reciprocation. So this is very important. And I've had challenges with that myself in my life, so I understand why this is a challenge. And of course, it then goes into the DM and DF interaction, right? Where sometimes we feel like because we're more aware or more conscious, then we have more responsibility to give our DM, to support them, to go into sacrifices. But it's not like, this process is never about sacrifices, because that by definition means imbalance. And ideally, we should avoid that at any cost. So whatever your personal situation is with that, you will see, or maybe you have already seen on your twin flame journey, when that disbalance happens, it only leads to more lessons essentially, but it's not going to move your connection forward. It's one of those manipulations as seen by the universe. It's not authentic. It's not supposed to be like that. And that's why now the third layer on it is, if your DM is not ready to give, you shouldn't be over giving to them, right? You should keep it in balance. If they're not ready, and giving doesn't of course just mean money. It's time, attention, being kind to each other, those kind of things. It's energetic exchange at the end of the day. If they can only give you a little bit, don't try to give them 10 times more, right? Of course, it's not going to be always equal, but it needs to be at least proportional to that. If they can give you just an hour a month, then it will be silly to give them, I don't know, an hour every day of your life. It's good to help, but this is part of the healthy boundaries that you should be building to take care of yourself. And, if you do keep it more balanced, it will benefit both you and your person, because it will be teaching them. And of course, you can go into the root of, how they're going to see that you are, not maybe giving them what they expect, maybe they will make more benefit. Sometimes it happens that way too. But whatever the lesson is going to be for the both of you, even if the lesson is just for you, Divine Feminine, to stop overgiving as much. A lot of times overgiving comes as a projection of, trying to please other people, to get recognition, to be liked, to be popular. That's one of the reasons it's considered energetically a manipulation, and it will be considered like that for your twin flame journey. You want your DM to like you, that's why you keep giving. It's not gonna do it. You can really make it count when you reach each other, right? When you have that interaction. But it doesn't mean that you need to overextend yourself. The solution, personal healing. Look at that Three of Swords in reverse. And I love it in this deck because it's got this sunshine that to me is kind of was the fire actually. That's melting the heart, that's healing the drama, the coldness, the feeling of being closed off. When we get hurt, we close off to protect ourselves, like our physical or psychological instinct, right? Be open to new possibilities. Don't get hung up on your previous trauma, and work like is the best solution. If you have that kind of any kind of imbalance that I just spoken about, the best solution is heal yourself. Heal anything that comes up for you. If you want to overextend, start asking questions why. And remember that you matter. And, yeah. Anyway, personal healing. And being open to new ways of doing things. That's what I'm getting. Thank you so much. New ways of doing business, of doing friendships than you've done before. And that's part of our mission right here. Okay, I think I'm gonna end here actually. Thank you so much guys for joining me for this reading today. I feel like it was very important, and we'll have multiple opportunities this week to exercise this, to be in those topics, those situations that I mentioned, and to exercise our love and wisdom and sensible approach and all of those things. And I hope that whichever difficult decision you may want to take, that you will be guided by your heart, not by the directions other people are gonna pull you into. I love you all, and I'll be back with more readings very, very soon. Bye everyone.